Are you looking to make money writing, but you just don't know how or where to get started? Discover 6 profitable paths to earning a living writing in today's video. So in this video, we're going to be discussing 6 different monetization methods. So stay tuned as we walk through each of these monetization methods, talk about how to get started with each, and also talk about some of the pros and cons of each method you pick. The first path to monetizing your writing we're going to talk about is medium.com. So Medium is a great website that helps you earn money with your writing directly through its partner program. And there are some other benefits of Medium, like the fact that it is a website that gets trafficked by millions and millions of readers each month. So you can monetize directly through Medium. Long story short, there are people who pay a membership to be part of Medium to read articles behind a paywall. As a writer, you can write articles behind that paywall and get paid, and the bigger of a following that you build on Medium, the more money you're able to make. So you're able to get paid upfront directly through the partner program, but then you also get to take advantage of all the traffic that you get from Medium. So you could actually use the traffic that you get from Medium to build up an email list and actually use it to pursue some of these other monetization methods we're going to talk about. But Medium is the #1 go-to strategy if you're brand new to writing, if you have no idea how to monetize your writing, and you're looking for the quickest path to income. Medium is probably going to be your best bet. So if you want to get started on Medium, the first thing that you need to do is sign up and get a Medium account and register to be in the partner program. So there's a couple prerequisites you need to get into the partner program. You need to have posted within the last 6 months, and you also need to have 100 followers. So in the beginning, if you don't have any followers, you can start by asking people in your circle, but really the way that you build a following on Medium is by writing and publishing. But if you do a good job of networking, engaging, posting on the platform, you should reach 100 followers relatively quickly. You can join the partner program, and then you can now be eligible to earn money on Medium. A couple quick tips if you want to get better on Medium and earn more money. You want to make sure that you're putting your work into the right publications, which are these mini magazines on Medium that have additional built-in followings that can give you some extra lift. You want to make sure you're maintaining a good publishing cadence on Medium, where you're at least publishing 2 articles a week, preferably 2 to 4 if you want to see significant increases in your earnings. If you want to take your Medium earnings to the extra mile, some things you could do is promote it on social media, preferably Twitter, because the person who started Twitter also started Medium, so there's a lot of synergies between them. Start keeping and building an email list, and then when you send new articles out for Medium, you should put them to your list as well, because if you send some traffic to those posts, you're going to get even more distribution on Medium, which leads to more money, which leads to you getting even more email subscribers for you to then turn around and send new articles to them and create an upward positive cycle. So let's talk about some of the pros and some of the advantages of writing on Medium. So the pros for writing on Medium is that you need no upfront capital to get started. You don't need to be a tech whiz. You don't need to set anything up. You can just sign up and write. Another pro is that you can start earning money right away without having to create anything or do anything additional. So if you look at all these other monetization methods we're going to talk about, there's usually some other step involved before you get to the money, right? You have to make a product or create a service and do outreach. With Medium, you just write articles and you get paid. There's no strings attached. The last pro to Medium is that there's no barrier to entry to join Medium and start writing. Anyone can do it. Whether you are well known as an expert, whether you're famous, or whether you're a complete beginner without a ton of experience, you could still start sharing your thoughts and getting paid. Now, let's talk about some of the cons, some of the downsides, some of the negative aspects of publishing on Medium. The first con I would say to Medium these days in 2023 is that there are a lot more writers on the platform than there used to be, which makes it more difficult to earn money than it used to be. So these days on Medium, you're gonna have to write quite a bit for you to be able to make significant earnings. And Medium is not the place now that you should consider going to for your entire writing business income. There was a point in time where Medium was like that, where you could have 5-figure months on Medium just from writing articles. It is not so much like that anymore. You can still earn decent money and make a side hustle income and parlay it into some of these other monetization opportunities, but it's not something that you should look to as your end all be all source for making money online. The next way you can monetize your writing is through freelancing, right? So this is where you are writing stuff for other companies, other personalities, other businesses to help them grow. So you could be writing freelance blog articles for companies. You could be writing copy for companies, right? So if you're a copywriter, that means you write words to help people sell products. So you could be writing sales pages, you could be writing website pages, you could be writing emails. All different forms of writing you can use as a copywriter. So you can either be a content writer or you can be a copywriter. So in order to get started with freelancing, you're gonna need to do a couple things. Number one, you're gonna have to actually get good at the skill that you're trying to charge people for. So if you're in copywriting, that might mean reading a couple books on copy to get yourself familiarized, watching YouTube videos, even taking an online course on copywriting would probably be a good idea. If you are content writing, if you're writing blogs, well, you can actually use Medium as your training ground to practice. Actually, that's what I suggest you should do. I know a lot of freelance writers who got their start and they basically used Medium to build their portfolio so they can go out and find jobs. So if you want to be a freelancer and get started, first you're going to have to study and practice the skill. So if you're copywriting, you're going to have to learn how to write copy. If you're writing blog content, you're going to have to learn how to write blog content. And probably a bonus emphasis, if you know a little bit of SEO, search engine optimization, that'll help you stand out as a freelancer and get better jobs. So after you learn the skill, you're going to want to build a portfolio, whether that's of your own work, just post it across different places on the web so you can at least send writing samples, or once you have a couple clients underneath your belt, you can start putting your client work in your testimonials or in your portfolio, So one of the things you can do as a freelancer, if you're brand new, in order to build your portfolio and sign on some initial clients to get testimonials and referrals, is to actually do work for free. So you're going to reach out to people, companies in your target market, and you're going to ask them if you can do free work for them. And the only catch is that if it's good, they might recommend you, give you a testimonial, etc. So that way you can prove you know what you're doing. And then if you get people good results, you can now feel more confident when you're going out to charge people. So if you take that approach and take a step backwards in order to take several steps forward, you'll then have your social proof and you'll have something you can use as a foundation to start reaching out to companies, which is the next part of this process, right? So if you're a freelancer, there's gonna be two ways for you to get clients. There's gonna be inbound, that's people coming and finding you, and it's gonna be outbound, where you're reaching out to hire or to find companies to hire you. The smaller you are and the less well-known you are, the more outreach you're gonna have to do. So if you are serious about getting freelance clients, you'd be sending minimum 20 DMs or cold emails every single day to companies in your target market, sending them samples of your writing, asking to get them on the phone to talk about your services and eventually getting clients. So if you want to make $5,000 a month, you'll have to get 5 companies to pay you $1,000, 10 companies to pay you $500. Ideally, you'd like to have higher ticket packages with a lower number of clients who are qualified. But breaking into freelancing is a quick way to get cash. That's one of the pros, is that anyone can do it. Anyone can start right now. Another pro is that if you get a good amount of clients, it can supplement your income and help you reach the same level of income as you're getting in your 9 to 5 job very quickly compared to some of your other options. And then as you increase your skills and your presence online, you'll start to get inbound leads, which are people reaching out to you. So I don't really do freelancing that much. I make about $20,000 a year. And that's just from random clients who found me. Like, I'm not big into freelancing, and still I'm making that amount of money each year just from people who found my writing and liked it, right? So as you get bigger, you'll be able to get inbound clients. So that's another pro. Some cons to freelancing is that perhaps, doing client work isn't necessarily as fun as doing your own stuff. And then you're gonna have to keep up with clients to manage payments. Sometimes they won't pay you right away. You have to chase after people with invoices and things like that. And you also have to do a lot of outreach and doing a lot of legwork to find clients initially, which can be a little bit of a pain. The next way you can make money writing, it's a form of freelancing, but I decided it needs its own point because there's this growing and trending market for it right now, especially for places like Twitter. And that is the process of ghostwriting. So when you're ghostwriting, you're writing on behalf of someone else, essentially pretending to be them, right? So a lot of big accounts you see on Twitter or LinkedIn, different areas on the web, the people aren't actually writing their own content, right? Most best-selling books by a really famous person are ghostwritten. For example, Shoe Dog, the book about the owner of Nike, Phil Knight, he didn't write that book. It's his insights and his wisdom, but he basically got interviewed by someone else who then went and ghostwrote the book. I actually have writer friends who have ghostwritten entire books and have gotten heavy, hefty packages for that. So ghostwriting is where you write content for someone else, pretending to be someone else. So the first thing that you need to do, especially let's say you're gonna be a Twitter ghostwriter. Well, part of the reason people would hire you for ghostwriting services is that they believe you're gonna be able to help them grow their account. So unless you have a relatively decent sized account yourself, people aren't gonna wanna hire you for ghostwriting, right? So all these monetization methods have some level of you doing the work and still building up to get better, right? There's no such thing as a get rich quick scheme, right? So if you want to become a ghostwriter, you have to build up your own account, or you have to create your own profile of writing that someone else would find impressive enough to think that they could have you write for them and it be as effective. So step one is growing your account. And then step two, it's similar to freelance writing where you can either get clients inbound or outbound, right? So if you want inbound clients, both in ghostwriting and in freelancing, you want to mention it everywhere you can. So on your social media profile, you want to mention that you do ghostwriting or that you are a ghostwriter. On every single piece of marketing, communication, email, whatever it may be, make sure that you mention that you offer this service. And then if you continue to grow on these different platforms, eventually people will reach out to you. But again, the straight line path to cash is if you do outreach, right? So who would pay you money? Not just a little bit of money, but a lot of money. There's people who are doing ridiculous contracts with ghostwriting right now. I'm talking upwards of 25 grand for people who are looking to have people grow their accounts, right? So if you want to find really juicy clients, well, one of the things you have to think of, you want to work with people who have money, right? So some of the best people you can find for ghostwriting clients are CEOs, founders of companies. You want to pick markets and companies that are doing well. Like, so for example, you might have been able to get a lot of ghostwriting jobs doing crypto and Web3 when the bull market was happening, but then when the market crashed, a lot of that liquidity dried up. So just be careful about what market you're picking and who you're writing for. And you want to find people with money, and you want to, again, send DMs every single day. Be on these platforms engaging and building relationships with people so that you can warm up prospects to the idea of working with you. And then you just reach out to enough people until you have the clientele that you're looking for, right? So some of the pros of ghostwriting is that you can get, especially if you know how to grow accounts, which is a skill in and of itself, but you can get paid quite a bit of money to not do all that much work, right? So if you're able to grow your account on Twitter, you have a couple methods and strategies that you know are go-tos that work really well and that you can plug into different profiles and different niches, well then it's pretty much on autopilot where you could be making lots of money. Another pro is that you're probably gonna be able to get a lot of good clients through referrals, right? So if you build a reputation as someone who's able to grow accounts, well, you're gonna be able to find more people who are gonna want their accounts grown. So once you build a reputation as a solid ghostwriter, you're gonna start getting these really, really big, really juicy projects where you can make a lot of money. The cons, you have to do a considerable amount of legwork. At first, you have to build your account and demonstrate your competence, right? So no one's gonna have you help them grow their Twitter account if you haven't grown your Twitter account, which growing on social media can be an uphill battle if you're brand new. So it takes some time to break into that industry. Another disadvantage, I guess you could say, is that you don't get to put your name on it. So it doesn't really help build your brand to do ghostwriting for other people. So that's kind of like the reason I don't do a lot of ghostwriting, is because I kind of want my name on everything. So there's that trade-off with ghostwriting. All right, the next one is affiliate marketing, right? So affiliate marketing basically works where you get paid to promote other people's products. I'll also throw display advertisements in here. Display ads are advertisements that appear on your website. So a lot of people who do affiliate marketing do display ads and vice versa. So the way that you are able to monetize both of these avenues, you have to figure out a method of being able to get lots and lots of traffic. So most writers who take the path to monetize via affiliate marketing get really good at search engine optimization, SEO, right? So the way that you make money as an affiliate marketer or in display ads, you build a niche blog. So you build a blog around a certain topic. You find keywords that are not super difficult to compete for, and then you write a bunch of content about all these keywords related to that niche, and then you can either throw up ads or you can link to affiliate products, right? So affiliate products are products where people will pay you to promote them. So every time someone buys a product through one of your affiliate links, you get paid, and it actually costs them no extra. So the reason why a company would want to do that is because they think the lifetime value of that customer is going to be more than what they pay you. So they'll let you get one commission, but they plan on making a lot more money off that customer down the road, so they'll pay you for that commission. So if you want to get big into affiliate marketing, for example, I have a friend who does like 50 grand a month in affiliate marketing. All he does is focus on SEO. He built a blog, WordPress blog from scratch, SEO, write a bunch of content, find out how to rank it, and then you want to find associated affiliate products, whether that's using networks like ClickBank or just going and searching various tools and products related to your niche that you can promote. So that's how you get started with affiliate marketing, right? So the pros of affiliate marketing is that you don't have to handle anything fulfillment wise. You don't have to make the products. You don't have to deal with customer support tickets. Once you get the sale via affiliates, that transaction is over and you are off to do whatever you want. So if you don't want to make a bunch of products, then you don't have to. And you can also just not even promote products at all. You could just use display advertisements, right? So if you have a topic that you're really passionate about writing about and that you can rank for and compete in SEO, but you don't want to go full guru and make a bunch of products, then affiliate marketing and display ads might work well for you. The cons to affiliate marketing and display ads is that you have to learn SEO, which can have a relatively steep learning curve, and it takes a while for SEO traffic to kick in. So it might take 6 to 12 months before you even start seeing rankings, and you might not start making any money until a year or two down the road. But once it does kick in, it can be quite lucrative. All right, the next method of monetization is writing and publishing books. So there's a couple different ways you can think about writing and publishing books. There are people who they write a bunch of books. I call them serial publishers, where they'll write small, short ebooks almost every other month, or they do it relatively frequently to try to build up a bunch of sales via Amazon. And then there are other people who are more long-term thinking, and they're trying to write hits that they have plans on making a bestseller, right? So that's kind of the camp that I'm in, where I was on a cadence where I was self-publishing a book like once a year. Fell off that a little bit, but I'm gonna start getting back to that, right? So you see that with authors like Ryan Holiday, who do like one major release every single year, right? So if you want to get started publishing books, first thing you need to do is go research books in your niche to see if there's already something similar out there to the idea that you want to make for a book. Then once you decide, you can take some time to brainstorm. Like, for example, each time I sit down and write a book, I usually have come up with like 25 different ideas for books, and then I settle on one that I want to work on. So if you want to get the book set up, you have to create a pretty extensive outline for the book, map out everything you want to say, what the chapters are going to be, what the sections are going to be, write it all out, right? This might take you a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks even, right? You really want to have a meticulous outline. Then you want to write the draft from start to finish nonstop every single day until it's done, right? That could take you a couple months to get done, but you want to write the draft every single day. Then in order to get the book published, you're going to have to work with a team of people. You're going to have to hire an editor. You're going to have to hire a cover designer. You're going to have to hire someone to format the book. You're going to have to navigate all of those moving parts, right? So you can have the option to self-publish it on Amazon, which is what I suggest most of you do. Or if you have a bit of an established audience, then you could potentially go the traditionally published book route. So I've written 3 books. My 4th book I'm going to self-publish, but then my 5th I'm probably going to look and see if I can get a book deal and fish around. So that's an entire other process where you have to get an agent and do a bunch of proposals. But in short, if you want to write books, you can just self-publish them on Amazon using the steps that I listed above. So the pros to publishing books, it's a fun thing to do to get your book out, and it makes you really feel like a real writer. You're gonna have credibility with other people when people understand that you're not just a blogger, but that you actually have a book out. It instantly gives you credibility and makes people feel like you're more of an expert. Some of the cons is that books are relatively cheap products, so it's gonna be difficult to make a lot of money writing books. So you can either make a lot of money writing books by publishing several books, or you have to really build a big audience and become like a James Clear or a Mark Manson or Brene Brown or someone like that to write a big runaway bestseller. So those are the pros and cons of publishing books, but it's a great thing to do as a writer, period, just because of that credibility that it makes you feel. The last path to monetization is becoming a coach, doing courses, or some form of consulting, right? So the way you basically get any sort of coaching, courses, consulting practice set up, first thing you're gonna do is you're just gonna be writing a bunch of different content about whatever you're interested in. So if you're in self-improvement, you're writing a bunch of self-improvement content. Relationships, you're writing a bunch of relationship content. And eventually what you're gonna notice is that there's a couple topics that resonate with people the most, right? So you can go on your Medium blog and sort by views to see what's getting the most views. You can look up on your Google Analytics and see what posts are trending that are the most popular. And if you want to take the next step, all you have to do is essentially translate your knowledge into a format and kind of outline it almost similar to a book and put that in a course, or put that in a coaching program, or put it in a consulting package, right? So one of the best ways to get this off the ground that I've found is to use the survey strategy. So first thing, you're gonna wanna just survey your audience ask them some general questions about your niche, right? So if I could wave a magic wand and make everything better, what would that look like? What are you struggling with right now? You could give them some potential top options for topics that you want them to talk about, which ones they want have covered in more depth, right? So you go through and fill that survey out, and that can give you initial ideas for a product. And then what you want to do after that is actually validate the idea for your product by creating a basic description for it, either the course or the coaching program, the consulting package, whatever it may be, reaching out to people, seeing if they will buy it before you make it, and then if enough people want to buy it before you make it, you can launch it, right? So for my programs, what I'll do, I'll reach out to, let's say, 100 people on my email list. I'll send them a description of the product. If 10% of the people who fill out the survey say they want to buy the product, then I ask them for money. I get the money down. Then if I get the money down, that means the idea is valid and I can run with it. But essentially, coaching, courses, and consulting, you'll know what to make after you've been creating content for a little while. And then it's really just packaging up your knowledge and giving it to them in a different format, right? So the pros of courses and coaching and consulting is that there's a lot more of a perceived higher value for getting a video course or working with someone one-on-one than just giving them an ebook, right? So you could charge a lot more money doing that. And depending on how you structure it, you can charge decent higher rates and reach a lot of people at the same time, right? So I have courses that are a couple $100 and I have a couple hundred students, right? So you can do the math to see how that extrapolates. Some of the cons to coaching and courses is that, I mean, you're really gonna have to be on the hook and demonstrate your knowledge and know what you're talking about, and you're gonna be responsible for those people's results. You're gonna have to really go all in, and you're gonna have to learn how to manage your emotions, how to manage other people, how to manage billing, personal, payment processing software, putting videos together. So there's like a lot of different technical moving parts involved with those. All right, so those are the 6 different ways that you can make money writing: courses, coaching, and consulting, writing books, doing affiliate marketing, freelance writing, ghostwriting, and writing and publishing on Medium. Tell me which monetization method you think makes the most sense for you. Leave it in the comments below. If you enjoy this video, make sure to give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. I will see you on the next video.